Hello, I'm the Batman, the new top 10 nerd host, because I'm the new host you all deserve, and the one it needs. Sorry, I was just trying something. Anyway, hey everyone, my name is Dewey Stewart, and I'm incredibly excited to join you all here at Top 10 Nerd. I'm sure many of you will agree with me that Batman just might be one of the most BA superheroes to have ever been created. Sure, there have been some versions where he's in spandex tights and underwear, but what are you gonna do? It was the 60s. But what some of you might not know is that Batman hasn't always come out on top. Which is why today we are looking at the top 10 Batman villains who actually won. Starting us off at number 10 is the Batman Gone Evil character, Prometheus. His very first appearance goes back to February 1998 in New Year's Evil, Prometheus number 1, written by Grant Morrison and illustrated by Arnie Jorgensen. Prometheus's real name is still unknown, but as a child he traveled with his two loving criminal parents until the day they got caught red-handed and shot down in front of him by the police. From that night on, he swore to annihilate the forces of justice. And where else better to do that than the Watchtower of the Justice League? In JLA Volume 1, Issue 17, Prometheus takes over the Watchtower and easily beats down most of the Justice League by himself, including our favorite caped crusader, Batman. Prometheus delivers a hand-to-hand beatdown on Batman with the help of a powerful helmet that downloaded the skills of the 30 greatest martial arts masters in the world, including Batman, of course. Prometheus 1, Batman 0. Coming in at number 9 is Darkseid. Many of us have come to know Darkseid through Superman, but Darkseid is also a DC villain who not only beat Batman, but absolutely fried him to a crisp. One of the most impactful illustrations ever released by DC, and an image DC fans will never forget, is from Final Crisis issue number 6, where artist J.G. Jones illustrates an image of Superman holding a burning Batman's corpse after defeating Darkseid himself. Batman's death occurs after he decides to abandon his vow to never murder nor use firearms by announcing, "But for you, I'm making a once-in-a-lifetime exception. A gun and a bullet, Darkseid." And even though Batman gets his shot off just in time, he then gets fried by Darkseid's Omega beams, thus making Batman pay for breaking his only rule he ever made for himself. Maybe rules weren't meant to be broken. At number 8, we have a very interesting villain and a bit of a crossover for you action movie fans. At number 8, we have Predator. Yeah, that's right. You know the movie where Arnold fights the big giant alien hunter? Yeah, that guy. Dave Gibbons back in December of 1991 wrote a short 3-issue limited crossover called Batman vs. Predator, in which predators came to Earth to hunt down the Earth's most dangerous detective. In this limited series, Batman is overpowered and ultimately beat down by Predator in an attempted ambush on the extraterrestrial hunter at the Pickett's salvage junkyard. Predator overpowers the Caped Crusader and attempts to finish him off just before Batman calls his super cool Batmobile to the scene to make a slick escape. Batman didn't die this time, but he certainly took the loss and had to be nursed back to health by his caring butler Alfred before he could get back out there to set the record straight. Sorry Bats, but maybe next time you should just get to the Bat Chopper! Moving on. At number 7 we have the Mutant Leader. From the continuity of Earth 31, this violent and ravenous gang leader is responsible for recruiting and manipulating the youth of Gotham City to join his mutant gang based out of the Gotham City dump. The Mutant Leader and his gang of youngins made Gotham City's crime rate rise to an all-time high and were known as the worst criminals to take over Gotham City since the Joker. In Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, issue number 2, a much older Batman squares off one-on-one with the Mutant Leader where he is beaten down senselessly. Nearing the end of the fight, the Mutant Leader just about impales Batman with a crowbar, but not before Carrie Kelly's Robin comes to his aid just in the nick of time. Once again, Batman walks away, but not before sustaining some major damage and probably would have been pooched without Robin. He was also an old man, so I mean, come on Mutant Leader, respect your elders. I mean, at least give him like a Metamucil break or something. At number 6 we have Talon, or should I say Talons. Most of you, I'm sure, are familiar with the Court of Owls in the Batman universe. But in case you aren't, the Court of Owls is an ancient criminal conspiracy that has secretly controlled Gotham in the shadows for years. Most members happen to be wealthy and powerful elites of Gotham who hire highly trained assassins to kill their targets. also known as the Talons. In the New 52 series, Batman issue 6, Batman is faced off against the Court of Owls and gets trapped in a maze. Along with the mental and psychological torture they impose on Batman, one Talon comes down and stabs him through the chest and then continues to beat him to a pulp with roundhouse kicks and slicing him with a sword. Eventually, Batman does make his escape through an underground river, but barely. Still pretty cool that he got stabbed through the chest though and didn't die. I mean, you still got my respect, Batsy. At number 5, we have Deathstroke, also known as Slade Wilson. We have seen this super powerful villain in many different areas of the DC universe. He is known as the most deadliest assassin in the world, so it is no doubt that he is one of the 10 villains to beat Batman down. In short, Deathstroke is basically a super soldier with powers that range from an enhanced mind with the ability for 9 times more than the normal human brain capacity for information, all the way to enhanced strength, reflexes, stamina, speed, healing. The list goes on and on. In Deathstroke number 8 and 9, we see Deathstroke whip Batman into bookshelves until being beaten unconscious. Deathstroke has also, in many other DC media, beaten many other heroes, including the entire Justice League. This guy sounds like the ultimate villain, and I gotta be honest, if I could only be cast as one villain ever, Slade Wilson might be my guy. At number 4, we have Ra's al Ghul. Many Batman fans are well aware of this super awesome villain, but no one made this villain more popular than the incredible actor Liam Neeson, who portrayed the Batman villain in Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins. Ra's al Ghul and his League of Assassins are some of the toughest villains the Batman has ever faced. Why? Well, it's because Ra's al Ghul is actually one that trained Bruce Wayne and helped make him the wicked tough Batman that we all know and love today. In Batman 244, titled Batman the Demon Lives Again, atop the Al Ghul Ski Hill headquarters, Ra's faces off against Batman. Against Talia al Ghul's plea to Batman to flee, Batman gets hoisted by Ra's and throws him into a gondola lift, leaving him unconscious and covered in snow. Mega ouch. I guess you could say, Ra's al Ghul did find him and almost killed him. Coming in at number 3 is the Red Hood. After being brought back to life by the Lazarus Pit, Jason Todd faces off against the Batman in Judd Winnick's Batman Under the Red Hood. Fresh out of the Lazarus Pit, Todd seeks revenge for Batman for failing to save him from the Joker. If anyone knows Batman's weakness or fighting style better than Ra's al Ghul, it's his former partner and trusty companion turned evil. In Under the Red Hood, we find the masked Jason Todd beating Batman into submission until he stands over top of him with a loaded gun to his face and states, "You failed, Batman. You failed me." Sorry. Before Jason can get the shot off, Batman is saved by his new trusty partner, Nightwing. Once again, a close call for the Bat if it wasn't for his usual loyal companions. Coming in at number 2, we have Bane. Ah, yes, Bane, who was born in the darkness, molded by it. Bane, born in prison to serve the life sentence of his father, trains throughout his entire life reading, physically training, and climbing the ladder to be known as the baddest inmate in the prison. The prison workers eventually take note and force Bane to become the test subject for a new drug known as Venom. Venom increases his size exponentially and ultimately makes him the ultimate rage villain. In Chuck Dixon's Batman Vengeance of Bane, we see Bane break into Wayne Manor where he squares off against Batman and beats him to an absolute pulp. Bane then completes his signature move by thrusting Batman onto his knee and breaking his back. He officially broke the Batman. Big ouch. It's stories like that that make me not want to be a superhero, because honestly, screw that. And finally, at our number 1 spot, that's right, let's all say it together, the Joker. Quite possibly the most famous villain in all of superhero history, the Joker has faced off against Batman many times, but none more gruesome and relentless than the fight in Scott Snyder's limited series Batman Endgame. After breaking into the Batcave, Joker takes a playful gander at all the Dark Knight's trophies and sneaks up on Alfred, the coolest butler in the world by the way, and slices his hand off. The war starts, and through the finale of this series we see the Joker absolutely gut Batman with knives, stab him in the eye with his famous calling card, and then watch Batman get impaled with the stalactites falling from the roof of the Batcave. It's pretty clear to me who comes out on top, and this is quite possibly the worst beatdown I have ever heard of anywhere. There you have it. That's been our top 10 Batman villains who actually won. I've been your host, Dewey Stewart. If you want to get to know me more, you can follow me on Instagram at DeweyStew, and I can't wait to see you all back here for only the best of Nerd Top 10s. Until next time, be the hero your city deserves, and the one it needs.